Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to announce that I'm going to be the new head of legal innovation for Gavel. Now, many of you have been following me for this journey for the past year and 4 months of code word hex. So I'm so sad to kind of have to pause this particular series indefinitely, but I want to be able to focus a lot of my energy and time on my new role with Gavel. Now, this means that you're going to be able to still follow me and come to my different webinars and learn about innovation and legal technology and how to use Gavel, but we're going to just do it in a different format instead of through this particular channel. So I want you to follow me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me and email me at Brittany@gavel.io at any time, and I'd be happy to kind of hear your story and learn about what you're working on. But I did want to be able to leave you from this series with one last tip. So let's go over what we're going to go over today. So, in today's session, we're going to go over how to not be afraid of changing the code. So, when you are encountering something that you want to do, but maybe the system isn't quite doing it exactly the way that you want it to be, I would encourage you to just play and experiment and make it so. So, one thing that my dad is a big fan of is Star Trek. And there's this line that my dad says sometimes, and that always stuck in my head by Captain Picard. And he says, make it so.
Make it so, Mr. LaForge.
Make it so. Make it so.
I want you to come away from today's session with this idea in your head that if you want to do something, make it so. So we're going to make it so in this particular scenario where we want the date that this was rendered to have just the month and the year, but not the day. So one of the things that we can do within the Gavel word add-in is we can format dates. So let's say, for example, that we want to include a date here. So what we can do is we can go over to our workflow. We can say simple variables. We can select today if we want this to be from the month and the day that this particular letter or funding instruction or other document was generated. So we're going to say today, and then we can format this as anything we want, including one where you have the month and then a little line and then the year. So if we choose this, it will render like this, where we have April and then a line and then a comma and then 2024. Now, what we can do instead, if we just want it to be the month and the year with no line, is we can go in and not be afraid of changing things in here and playing with this particular part, because we can just take this whole section out. Once we save that, we can replace the document here, update that in Gavel, and then we can run this again and test it by saying push into this workflow again, continue here. And now that this has been replaced, we'll see that that line has been removed and we're left with just the month and the year. So this is just to show you a very simple example of how you can make something the way that you want it to be, and you don't have to be afraid of manipulating or changing the code and testing something to see if it works the way that you'd like it to work. So I hope this was a useful little demonstration of how you can approach code with a sense of play and experimentation and curiosity, rather than feeling like, oh, I can't touch it because there's something special about this code. And I felt like that when I was first starting to build as well. But just know that you can make it so that is exactly how you want it to be. So I hope that this Code Work Hex series has been useful to you. And I feel a little bit sad to be pausing it for now, but I'm so excited to start my new role with Gavel. I just started yesterday, and there's so much work to be done in this space. I'm excited to be a part of the movement towards legal innovation. So do reach out to me at any time or connect with me on LinkedIn, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.